Okay, we're getting ready for this trip, packing up the stuff. Paul just pulled up, told me to be ready by exactly 9 o'clock, and he's an hour late, like usual. So here we go, we're getting started. Got all the gear in the truck right here. It's looking like to be a nice day today.
All right, so it's Brandon's birthday, and look how excited he is about his birthday. And we were supposed to head down to Catalina. Clayton was gonna fly us down, and he just barely got his pilot's license. So we decided that we needed to play it safe. There was some fog that rolled in, and anyway, we ended up canceling Catalina. So last night we made quick plans. You can see our plans in the back. We're gonna do the San Juan River. So I called them this morning. A permit was available. So we're literally driving 5.5 hours down to the southernmost corner of Utah, and we're gonna put on the San Juan River on a paddleboard and on a small fishing cataraft. And we're gonna catch some fish, cook them up on the Firebox, and just lay under the stars, check out some red rock. It's gonna be awesome. So we just got to camp here at Sandy Island on the San Juan River, this awesome campsite. The river's just right over there. And we're just about to brew up some dinner. Today, we're gonna be making tacos, beef tacos on the Firebox. Just gonna get it lit right now. This whole meal, this whole trip will actually be just cooking on the Firebox. So tonight, gonna make a Swedish fire torch, cook up some beef, but it's gonna be a fun adventure. We did not bring any propane on this trip, so Firebox is gonna come through with us, for us. Okay, first meal. Fire torch is rocking right now. Just gonna put the hamburger on. We're having tacos tonight. Tacos tonight. Almost done. Dinner tonight. Tacos on the Firebox.
Yeah, boy.
Beautiful sunset. This is our setup first night at the put-in of the San Juan Sandy Island. Sandy Island campground. Gonna float down the river to Mexican Hat, about 27 miles. Storm's supposed to blow in Saturday night. So last night was awesome. Brandon moved his hammock around like 8 times, and I'll have to show you. Originally his hammock was literally right up above me, directly over my head, and he used that ammo can to get into his hammock, which was clear up here. Then he moved it to this tree, and it was originally really high, but that ammo can has been moved to put that strap up, and that strap up probably 6 times last night, so it's gone to the side and it's been really moved around. Well, this morning I woke up and was like, I wonder which ammo can that is. We have 2 ammo cans that look just like that one. One of the ammo cans just has wood in it. The other ammo can has bread, glass, Tabasco sauce, cookies, all of our dry food. So about an hour and a half of moving around the hammock, taking the ammo can, turning it on its side, turning it back, dragging it all over this campsite. And I woke up this morning and was like, I wonder which ammo can he used. And I looked over at the campsite. And I'm pretty sure the ammo can that's over there is the ammo can which has the wood in it. Which means that this ammo can is the ammo can that has all of our food in it. So, really excited to see what we got brewing in that ammo can today. Dude, I woke up this morning thinking.
You woke up this morning what?
Thinking, what ammo can did you use? What ammo can were you dragging around all over this place last night?
I don't know, dude.
Is it the one with all the food in it?
I have no idea. Abner, and that you've just been worrying.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out, dude. It's like Christmas.
All right, which ammo can was it?
All right, I'm pretty sure it is the food. So that would be more fitting. But I'm pretty sure nothing happened. We're gonna be good to go. Because this adventure was supposed to happen, and Brandon packed, not Paul. And look at that. Perfect.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Pull those buns out, dude.
Look at that, dude. The buns are still in
Oh my gosh.
perfect condition, dude.
That is amazing.
Yeah, some people just know how to execute.
What about the bread, dude?
Bread's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect in shape, not packed in at all,
Not
not
one
smashed.
hair on the head, dude.
All right.
Holy crap. You packed that, dude?
Packed.
You should give yourself a pat on the back.
That's why I pack instead of you, boy.
You dragged that thing all around this entire campsite probably 8 times. Flipping it around, dragging it.
I did. Gotta do it one more time to take down.
Okay, so just getting ready to cook some breakfast. Got my Firebox Nano, and for Christmas, my father-in-law gave me this really cool combo that I want to show you. So this is just an Army issued water bottle, but it was used is this can. The thing that's cool is this can that the water bottle just snuggles right into. So you fill that up with water, and then in the mornings when you're having oatmeal or coffee or tea or whatever, this just fits perfectly inside of the Firebox. So we're gonna boil some water in this guy this morning. So now that I got my fire started on my Nano Firebox, just gonna throw this right on top and cook up some of that, boil some of that water.
Getting ready to push out into the river. Got the rig all set up, all of our gear, the cooler. Got all of our dry bags on the paddleboard. Paul's suiting up, ready to go.
Yow!
Getting ready for departure here.
Yep, putting on the San Juan today. We're probably gonna float down a little ways, camp, and we got the little cat all rigged up. Just got the approval from the ranger, so we're ready to rock and roll.
All right. Just taking off here. leaving home base. Headed out for 3 days, 2 nights. See how this goes. Starting a new adventure. It's supposed to get pretty windy, crazy weather. Not today, but the next 2 days. So we'll try and make up some ground today, and then we'll see what happens with the weather.
Just stopped and looked at some awesome petroglyphs. Brandon, how has it been so far, man?
Been amazing. Really nice and easy, just flowing down the river.
Flowing down the river, dude. That's our setup right there. Sun finally came out. It's a little cold this morning, but now we're shedding layers like crazy. It's an awesome day. Awesome day.
All right, Paul wanted to do this hike, so we started hiking up this canyon to see where this water led us. And we just found the top of it.
We're literally watching water come out of the earth. And hearing water come out of the earth. Just checking out some cool ruins here. On the San Juan River. Alright, so landed at camp for a couple hours. Ran into an issue where one of the seams of the membrane that goes inside of this just seemed to pop, so I just repaired it. Took me about 2 hours, but it's as good as new. These catarafts are so much fun. Just got camp set up, and now we're gonna start grilling up some steak. Just getting ready to start the fire. So it's a little overcast, so put up the rain fly tonight. Sitting pretty good. Should cover us if we get some rain. When you're setting up rain fly, one of the cool tricks I learned was if you get some paracord on your top line, you can run a prusik, and then that prusik just tightens up beautifully and holds everything tight. I mean, that thing's not gonna move. I can put all my weight on that, that's not going anywhere. So that keeps it nice and taut, and you don't have to tie anything, which is really nice. Okay, tonight we're having steak and potatoes, so just got the Firebox going. Boil some potatoes. Just get this thing boiling. So the water's to a boil now, and this is my second time cooking on the billy pot, but I do have to say this thing sweats a lot. It took probably double the time just because that can sweat so much. You can just see. Anyway, let's do the steak on. Gonna season it. Boiled the potatoes.
Flipping her over. Ooh, look at that.
Just adding the butter to the steak. I'm gonna pull it off here in just a second. Oh man, that is gonna be so good. Done?
I mean, I don't mash potatoes, but totally done to eat.
Okay, dude, I'm gonna pull this steak off right now. Start grubbing on the steak. Let's get a little taste of this New York strip right here. Oh yeah. That is so good. Just finished dinner and enjoying a quick little fire before we hit the bed. There is literally like no wind at all.
Oh, it is dead.
It is dead and it is warm. It is not anything like last night. Just reading a book. Settling in for the night. Watching the fire. Just put on the water. 9 a.m. so a half hour behind schedule, but it's calm. It is just calm. There is not a piece of wind in the air right now. But that's supposed to change. So we're gonna go into the canyon today, and we'll most likely, I'm thinking we'll probably end up camping if there's any camping in a canyon. But if not, then we'll make it through and we'll just camp right outside of the canyon and wake up early tomorrow. We skipped breakfast this morning just to pack up. Took us about an hour and a half to get ready. It's a little slow. But I'm hoping to see some fish today. Got my rod all set up. Hoping to maybe get into some fish in the canyon. But it is overcast. I don't know if the sun's gonna come out today or not, but it is beautiful. Beautiful day to be on the river. Yow! A little eddy riding. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, wow, 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 wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so open country is now over. We are entering the canyon. Oh, stoked to see this. So this is the beginning. Water's getting a little busier. Not like it's gonna be crazy, but I'm excited to see some towering cliffs and a different part of this area. Here we go. Yoo!
Hey, do you need me to point out which line to take on this section?
Yeah, that'd be really helpful.
Down there, show us how it's done. Coming up to a big one. It's actually about a foot drop right here. You can see the side of it. And hot, some bigger rapids right here. Woo! Stayed up! Big one! Oh!
saw the bighorn sheep, and we floated right past them because Brandon was calculating some stuff on his calculator, and I was anxiously waiting to hear what the answer was. That's just, you know, sometimes, most of the time, you just have to stop and look around at what you're surrounded by to really see amazing things. And I happened to look back, and then I saw the bighorn sheep, so luckily, but I should have been able to capture it before.
It's a good sized herd.
It's a cool little alleyway. I'm not sure what kind of rock this is, but it just goes, just started on the river here. Pretty cool.
Big on social graces, man, gonna slip on down to the oasis. So I got friends and low places. Holy cow, we got it. The moon just came out. Whoa.
Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low. We ain't got no other place to go. Baby, let's move it fast and slow. I will be your man. Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
Oh, we've been on the river for too long. So I wanted to, while I'm out here, there's this tree, and it's actually called a heckler tree. And so I thought this is exactly what we're going through, just like at Banyan. That this heckler tree, what it's designed to do is that if a branch breaks off and it gets buried in the sand, it'll actually re-root itself and start growing right there. And so I thought, you know what, this is really relevant to everybody back at home at company headquarters, because there's so many people that are big giant, and then they just keep re-rooting themselves and re-rooting themselves, and they never go away. And I just want us all to think about that for a minute and think how impactful that is.
Last night on, quote unquote, the river, we took off and we came back up here to Bluff, and we're just in some free campsite. And this rock right here, south facing, is reflecting heat like crazy. Getting the firebox started. I'm gonna have some brats, jalapeno brats. Let me show you the digs. So it's supposed to rain tonight, so we're setting up for rain. Got the Kelty Noah's tarp, so this is gonna be the first time I've tried it tonight with rain, hopefully. So we'll see how that works. And then Brandon's set up over here. It has been an eventful day. 8 hours on the river. We couldn't decide if we were gonna go home or not. Basically, we're afraid we're gonna fall asleep, so we're just camping here tonight. Gonna make Gonna make something out of it.
Make it work.
Finally got camp set up. Last supper meal. We're gonna make a big, huge meal tomorrow, but meal tonight is jalapeno brats with carrots, wheat thins, vanilla wafers, and gobstoppers. Yeah. Right now, it is the beginning of a lightning storm, and we are gonna go take a dip in the river. Full head under. Right, Brandon?
Full head.
Oh man, where are we? Where's the river? And then back to the warm bed. Okay, here's the river. A little bit of a drop off. Don't dive, bro. There it is, lightning.
Lightning's hitting the water. Here we go, boy.
You got it, dude. You got it.
That is nuts right now. That's freaking nuts.
Freaking storm, dude.
Pulls next.
You gonna use your towel or what?
Yeah, I'll let you use it.
Why?
I feel bad you don't have a rain jacket.
It's okay. I'm about to get extremely wet. Why would I protect myself from the rain?
Because you'll be good. You can use a towel to cover you on the way home.
It's all good, bro. Dude, look at you, such a team player. Get the wind off of you. Shiz, I don't want to do this.
Out my way. Out my way. Get it, boy, get it. Oh, Manila. Oh, you handled that like a champ, dude.
That feels good, man.
Dude, your freaking polar bear doesn't even
that feels
faze you.
amazing. I think I'm gonna go do that again.
No way. No way.
Oh, that's a lot colder that time.
Okay. I was gonna say, that's next level. The easy thing to do would have been to go back to the hammock and call it a night. But the memorable thing to do is to go down to the river in the middle of a rainstorm with lightning and jump in.
Freaking. All right, so just went and dipped. Now I'm hanging out underneath my tarp on a rainstorm in my hammock. Never spent a night underneath a hammock tarp before. So this should be pretty interesting. The storm wasn't supposed to hit until 10:30 and it came on about 9, so I'm thinking it's gonna get worse. So this will be a good test of the tarp, see how everything works. Just changed, super dry now. Gonna hit the bed. Okay, so it's been about an hour and it has really picked up. I don't know if you can hear that, but I am dry. I am so dry. It's amazing. I think moving forward, anytime I can, I will be hammocking and tarping over my hammock. It's awesome. So, last night the storm lasted for hours and it was pouring. But the shelter held beautifully. Not a single drop of wetness. Oh man, last night was amazing. The coyotes were yipping, rainstorms, and then being able to wake up and watch the sunrise from my hammock. It's just a good way to end the trip. Now we're gonna have an amazing breakfast and get on the road, but sometimes you need to recharge by connecting with nature, and this trip has definitely done that for sure. So this whole trip, I started reading a book I've wanted to read for a long time. It's part of the Arbinger Institute. I read Leadership and Self-Deception many years ago and have since read it several times. And that book briefly talks about collusion. But the one book that I've wanted to read for a while is The Anatomy of Peace. And I'm just about 100 pages in. Started this book on this trip, and it is blowing my mind. I couldn't be more happy about picking this book to read. It's about resolving the heart of conflict. It takes the basis of Martin Buber's, the philosopher Martin Buber, his thought of I and thou philosophy, which is that either you can see people as objects or you can see people as people. So this whole book talks about seeing people as people, and it's really powerful. It's definitely something that I need to work on, and I'm really excited to learn how to do that better. It's kind of cool to be on a river trip reading this book, just because every river has its own characteristics. This river, the San Juan River, is silty. It goes through beautiful red rock canyons. We saw mountain sheep, mountain rams. Jeez, what do you call those? I think you know what I'm talking about. But the river itself isn't clear. I don't think there were any brown or rainbow trout, although I was fishing a lot. I caught some catfish. I didn't see any rainbow trout or brown trout. It was really hot, really windy, but you have to appreciate the river for what the river is. And the river goes through some beautiful, beautiful country. Amazing red, white, contrasted rocks, steep canyon walls, really raw, and just beautiful in its own way. And then you can go upstate to the Green River, and the Green River has its own characteristics. Fish everywhere, brown trout, rainbow trout. The water is clear by 10 feet. Beautiful limestone, I think, up there. Limestone canyon walls. And they're different. They're two different rivers. And they both have completely different beauty behind them. And so it's been really powerful for me to read this book, because this trip has taught me that if you're going to see people as people, you have to accept them for their beauty. You have to accept them for who they are. I mean, you could go down the San Juan and you could say, oh my gosh, it's hot and it's windy, but you overlook those things because you're looking at the majesty that is southern Utah. You're looking at this beautiful landscape, and the wind and the heat and the unclear river, so to speak. Like, those are things that you don't really even think about. I mean, sometimes the wind sucks for sure and you have to push through it, but it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. So I've been deeply touched that I need to get better at not seeing the heat or the wind as obstacles, but taking a step back and look at the bigger picture of who the people that I work with, the people that my family, my beautiful wife, everybody is, even anyone that I can encounter on the streets. I mean, just seeing people as people and not as objects, and not focusing on those objects. Anyway, really powerful. I wish I could read this and finish this book before I go home, but man, this trip has been so awesome. Just learned so much, and I'm excited to try and put this into practice. Anytime you try it, it takes years of learning how to try to figure it out, but yeah, this trip has been amazing.